Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 Morning News.
Good Sunday Easter morning to you. Live look over Camden Yards, where the Orioles are playing once again today. Thanks for being with us this Sunday, April 9th. I'm Taylor Stewart. Let's get a look at your forecast because Jasmine Lomax in with us this morning. I just sat in the sun. Just gorgeous.
Oh, it's so nice outside. We've got plenty of sunshine all day long, so if you're planning on spending some time outside, you'll be able to enjoy the sunshine and soon warmer temperatures. Right now we sit at 52 with sunny skies over Towson and winds out of the east-northeast light. We're talking temperatures mainly in the 50s across the state. A few spots still in the 40s, but these numbers will continue to rise as we head into the afternoon. We're looking at a gorgeous Easter Sunday. And again, if you're doing any Easter egg hunts or just spending some time outside, it looks great. Over the next few hours, our temperatures rise to the upper 50s and the low 60s. We'll stay just a hair below average. But as we head into the rest of the week, we're looking at a nice warming trend with above average numbers and highs eventually approaching the 80s. I'll let you know when to expect that big warm up coming up in my full forecast. Taylor.
In your Session 2023 coverage, months of political debate coming to a close this Monday. Overnight, lawmakers in Annapolis passed a bill that's been spearheaded by Baltimore City State Attorney Ivan Bates. It targets illegal gun possession, and it passed with a majority vote, 98-40. If the governor signs off, come October, anybody over 18 convicted of illegally possessing a handgun could face a sentence of up to 5 years behind bars. However, as of that Monday deadline, as it's approaching, the fate of several crime-fighting bills are still hanging in the balance. Maxine Stryker has a closer look.
The 90-day session may be coming to an end in Annapolis Monday, but crime on the streets of Baltimore is showing few signs of slowing. Since the session began on January 11th, 62 people have been killed in Baltimore and 129 others were shot and survived. They include a quadruple shooting last Saturday that took the lives of a grandmother, father, and daughter.
This was a cowardly act carried out by a coward. This is one of the most disgusting things that I've seen in my time in elected office. We pray for the family.
And a 9-year-old girl shot and survived a triple shooting just this week.
What the kid had to do with it. That's what makes this stuff crazy.
Yet in Annapolis, bills cracking down on crime have stalled. The Violent Firearms Offender Act, which supporters say would help crack down on repeat violent offenders, will fail to make it through yet again. One GOP senator says it's like Groundhog Day with some of the bills.
The joke is, they're on the side of milk cartons trying to find them because we can't find these bills. They're stuck in committee.
The future of Baltimore's top prosecutor's legislative priority remains more clear now. Bates' bill, which seeks to implement tougher penalties for certain gun offenses, passing now on its way to the governor's desk. Political analyst John Dede says it's a big win for Bates. But the other bills that could curb the bloodshed in Baltimore City, he says will have to wait another year.
Most of the other stuff, they didn't like it with Hogan. They're not going to like it now. It would take some dramatic changes of increases in crime and violence to probably get them to move in that direction to deal with the stuff.
In Baltimore, Maxine Stryker, Fox 45 News.
Now, Ivan Bates reacted to this passage on Twitter. He wrote, "The bill passage sends a clear and concise message that the members of the Maryland General Assembly are as concerned as I am about the surge in gun violence happening across our state." He adds, "This is an essential first step in the overall fight our prosecutors can use as they work to prosecute violent offenders." Lawmakers also passed a bill that greatly limits where people with concealed carry permits can bring their firearms. The bill bans people from bringing a gun within 100 feet of any public place like hospitals, churches, restaurants, and movie theaters. While some say it will help reduce the growing amount of gun violence, others are saying legal gun ownership is not the issue here.
So outside of the home, what would be a space that someone could legally carry a gun for self-defense?
So the bill does not define where you can. It simply says and clarifies where you cannot.
It's unconstitutional and will never hold up in court. Let's start by making stealing a gun a felony. Let's enforce the laws we have on repeat gun offenders. Felons who carry guns go back to jail. Attacking law-abiding gun owners is absolutely the wrong direction to go.
So it's not an either or. We can both strengthen current gun laws in response to Bruin, as well as address those illegal weapons.
The Gun Safety Act fires back at a Supreme Court decision that found New York's gun law requiring applicants give a reason for carrying unconstitutional. The decision meant Maryland's good and substantial reason requirement also fell. This brings us to our question of the day. Do you believe lawmakers have done enough to address public safety this session? So far, 98% of voters say no. You can vote right now, though, at foxbaltimore.com/weigh-in. Taking a live look at the Inner Harbor right now, and it's pretty nice, calm and quiet. But there on the bottom right, you can see the streets of downtown from earlier this week. Hundreds of teens took over several blocks. It caused disturbance in that area. Keep in mind, though, Baltimore City schools are on spring break, but there is concerns that crowds like this one could fill streets once again tonight. Vincent Hill explains.
It was a scene in the Inner Harbor Wednesday night that had many in disbelief.
I'm appalled. I can't even believe it.
I've never seen it like that down here.
Hundreds of juveniles taken to the streets on foot, scooters, or dirt bikes. At times, blocking traffic as Baltimore police could only watch as the crowd ignored their orders to disperse. And it can all happen again tomorrow.
It's going to happen more and more.
According to this Instagram post, another crowd is expected to gather at the Inner Harbor on Easter Sunday, urging followers, if you see your ops, just pluck them, slang for fight your opponent.
Of course, you got the social media so they can hit that button to galvanize people very quickly.
Fox 45 is learning, just hours before the disturbance Wednesday night, this post on Instagram telling followers to pop up at the Inner Harbor.
This is a lawless city, and they are in control.
The impact of that night has residents afraid to leave their homes.
Get your kids, okay? I have grandchildren and don't even want to be bringing them outside because it's so terrible out here.
And business owners playing catch up after closing their doors early.
We need to catch up with what we have lost as far as revenue.
The chance for another night of chaos, a tactical nightmare for police, according to law enforcement analyst Melissa Pinkleton.
You can't just run in there and try and break up a crowd of 200 to 300 people because that's going to be a lose-lose situation for everybody.
Pinkleton says if what happened Wednesday night happens again, it only takes seconds for things to go from bad to worse.
All it takes is one person in that crowd to change the entire energy and do something stupid, and you get group mentality, and they start to all work together against the police, and things can go very bad, very fast.
The deadline to file your taxes is less than 2 weeks away. Just ahead, we've got some last-minute tips before you file them.
And we're getting ready for a gorgeous afternoon with temperatures reaching the low 60s. Over the next couple days, temperatures rise eventually to the 70s and then the 80s. I'll let you know how high the numbers get coming up in my full forecast.
All right, the deadline to file your tax returns is now 9 days away. And if you're looking forward to getting some money back from the feds to help make ends meet, well, there's some steps you can take to expedite your return process. Steve McCarson with our Sinclair sister station in Seattle has the report.
Hopefully by now, you've either filed your federal tax return or gathered up all the documents needed to send it off to the IRS. With high inflation this year, more families are hoping for a refund to help pay some of those mounting bills.
One of the ways to help expedite your tax refund after filing your return is do everything that you can possibly electronically.
Financial planner Shane Perry says that means file electronically and get your refund electronically through direct deposit. As long as your return goes through without any major issues, the IRS says refunds can be expected within about 21 days. But if you go the pen to paper and stick it in the mail route, you may not see your refund until later this year. As of March 25th, the IRS had more than 2 million unprocessed returns from previous years as the agency struggles to keep up with demand following the pandemic. Another tip, try to keep your refund low.
Look at the refund coming from the federal government as a loan you gave the federal government. You're not getting much interest off of that, and we're seeing great interest rates across the board on pure liquid money today.
Perry says strategize with your tax planner, CPA, or accountant and look at possibly reducing your withholdings throughout the year, put more money in your paycheck, and possibly owe the government a little bit of money.
You want to be careful when doing this. You don't want to owe the government too much because that can trigger some interest and penalties.
If you're still waiting for a return from last year, it is still important to file this year. Waiting can lead to late fees. And remember, filing for an extension only means you're asking for an extended amount of time to return your paperwork. The amount you owe the feds is still due this year on April 18th. Steve McCarron, KMEL News.
The Star Wars celebration underway in London. Just ahead, how the new entertainment for Star Wars fans is a little less far away. And the grand opening of the CFG Bank Arena this weekend brought in some big names to downtown. Just ahead, we'll look at the excitement for the legendary band that performed just last night. You're watching Fox 45 Morning News, all local, all morning. In your consumer news, Tesla has lowered the prices on its vehicles in the U.S. once again. They're trying to attract new buyers as the industry gets even more competitive. The price of its Model S and Model X vehicles were slashed by $5,000 each. The latest round of reductions also comes as Tesla prepares for the $7,500 tax credit to be applied to purchases of its more profitable models starting April 18th. The reduction is related to new criteria for EV tax credits recently issued by the Treasury Department. Now, Meta's 2 rounds of layoffs are affecting the company's already poor customer service for users, influencers, communities, and businesses. Didi Gatton with the National Desk has more on the latest job cuts.
It's not uncommon to run into someone who said their account appears to be hacked or they've been locked out and they struggled to get support from Facebook or Instagram. It's happened to me. It's happened to many people. On the other side of the apps you're using, their parent company Meta has cut about 21,000 jobs to date. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said part of the company's goal in their year of efficiency would be improving financial performance, and that would involve layoffs, which we've seen on a massive scale. Now, according to a CNBC report, those cuts involved a big chunk of Meta's customer service operations, all of the changes behind the scenes raising concerns for content creators and businesses who rely on social media influencers.
Typically, the people that are paying for advertising, say small businesses or influencers that are developing content, those are exactly the people that you need to be keeping in touch with. This is not necessarily a great trend, and it's going to hurt Facebook perhaps more than most companies, because Facebook is already, if you will, coming out of style. It's one of the legacy now social media products, and in recent surveys, both Facebook and Instagram are no longer the top social media channels for young people.
Dr. David Vequist, business professor at the University of the Incarnate Word, tells me some businesses have started turning to other apps they say will give them better customer service. Recently, Zuckerberg announced a new subscription service which includes access to a real person for account issues. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Didi Gatton.
A San Francisco eatery that became the inspiration for Bob's Burgers is shutting down. Food inflation and pandemic debt were cited for the reasons as the closure. The Just For You cafe's interior design became the inspiration source for that animated sitcom. The cafe's owner has not turned a profit in 2 years. Starbucks says its popular pink drink will soon be available as ready-to-drink bottles at grocery stores. It features a strawberry flavor that's been a hit since its creation by a fan. For those who aren't pink drink lovers, Starbucks Paradise Pineapple Drink is also coming to grocery store shelves. Both drinks are made with coconut milk and fruit juice. Are you trending now? A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, Ludacris film president Kathleen Kennedy has made every Star Wars fan's wish come true. 3 new movies are now in the works. Kennedy made this announcement at the Star Wars celebration that's taking place in London. The films will be taking place in different time periods. One will be set in the deep past. The other is set to take place 15 years after the events of the 2019 film, Rise of Skywalker. And the last will be set in the present to close out its current Disney Plus series. No release date was given for the films. Dwayne Johnson is going to return to his role in Disney, the animated movie Mona, but this time in live action form. The actor played Mao, a demigod of wind and sea, in the animated version. Johnson says he's happy to play the version of the mythical part, which reflects his own culture. This time, he's going to play the character in live action form. The original animated film made over $665 million worldwide.
Eagles!
Yes, Eagles! What song do you guys want to hear tonight? Take it easy.
Take it easy!
Already gone.
Wearing the tour t-shirt.
Another big act performed last night at the newly renovated CFG Bank Arena. This is crowds downtown as they were ready to see the Eagles on their Hotel California tour. Just last Friday, Bruce Springsteen performed at the grand opening show, and it looks like music is here to stay here in Baltimore. Let's get over to meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Great weather the past 2 nights for those events.
Yeah, that's right. We had temperatures in the 50s, but today it looks so much better. We had cloudy skies, and today we've got the sunshine, perfect for Easter, perfect for heading to see the O's take on the Yankees. 52 for the current temperature. Again, lots of sunshine. Winds are light out of the east-northeast. And around the state, we're seeing those numbers mainly in the 50s. A couple spots still in the 40s over in western Maryland. But notice around the state, plenty of sunshine. We'll keep those sunny skies, making for an excellent Easter forecast. Our temperatures reach the 50s and 60s. Then we have a big warm-up that follows with above-average temperatures, and that's going to finish our week We're also talking the next chance for showers as we end the week, but right now it just looks like there'll be spotty showers. We have high pressure over the region, keeping us nice and dry and giving us those sunny skies. You'll notice a few areas of rain toward the coast south of us. The rain stays away from us, and we're really looking at a nice and quiet Easter forecast. As we head into the afternoon, our temperatures reach the 50s and the low 60s. We'll stay a hair below average, but then tomorrow brings warmer temperatures. As we head into the morning, we'll start off in the 30s and 40s, and a freeze warning is in place for Baltimore and the surrounding counties. You will want to have the layers if you're heading anywhere early in the day. If you have any plants, you want to make sure to bring them inside or cover them. By the afternoon, it gets nicer as temperatures reach the low to mid 60s, and the warming trend continues as we head into Tuesday. We're looking at the 70s, and after that, the 80s. 54 around 11, then 60 by 2 p.m. We're looking at highs around 62. We continue to cool down as we head into the evening and then the night as we get ready for those freezing temperatures. On Monday, we're looking at 66 with sunny skies once again. Then we jump to the 70s on Tuesday, keeping us about 10 degrees above average. After that, expect the 80s as we head into the second half of the week. 80 on Wednesday, 84 on Thursday with plenty of sunshine once again. On Friday, we're looking at another day in the mid-80s, and then that's followed by slightly cooler numbers on Saturday. Highs will be around 79 as we get ready for the next chance for a few spotty showers. Taylor?
Okay, as a team, Loyola Blakefield baseball is on a mission to make a statement. Just last month, the Dons took on their rival Calvert Hall, and senior pitcher Dylan Bryan made a statement of his own. Rocco DeSangro has our prep player of the week.
10 strikeouts, 1 hit, complete game shutout, and for that, you are the prep player of the week. Dylan, congratulations, my man. Yes, sir.
This is our year to make a statement here. We're a pretty old group, been together for a while. Sophomore year, we were very young, a lot of learning there. Junior year, a little bit more learning how to lead. And this year, this is the year that we make our statement.
Against your rival, Calvert Hall, and then they've been one of the pillars of baseball around here for a long time. So for him to go out and do that really showed how, his hard work is finally paying off for him, and we couldn't be happier for him.
All that hard work is a big reason why Bryan will play Division I college baseball following his Loyola Blakefield career.
Yeah, I'm going to Delaware after, and one of my deciding factors was the development that I foresaw in their program. Great coaching staff, great facilities, and I'm looking to develop as much as I can there and just see where it takes me.
Nobody's really going to outwork him, in the weight room or, anything individually that they're doing with him. And that includes in the classroom as well. So, if baseball doesn't work out for him, I'm sure he'll be a great student in whatever field he chooses. But, the sky's the limit for him if he keeps pushing the way he's been pushing.
Prep Player of the Week is provided by Allegram, your trusted source for awards.
Taking a live look at our Towson camera this Easter Sunday. After the break, meteorologist Jasmine Lomax is going to join us at the desk with your 7-day forecast.
Right now, you're taking a look over Camden Yards, where the Orioles play in just a few more hours. If you're heading to that game, it looks great with temperatures reaching the 50s and 60s. If you're doing any Easter egg hunts, looks great for that as well. Really, you can't complain.
Right.
I mean, we had cloudy skies yesterday, the day before, and the sunshine returned for Easter.
I'm loving that, right? Just a good sunny Easter egg hunts, brunch, all a go for today. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for being with us here on Fox 45. Oh, wait a minute.
We are looking at rising temperatures.
Okay.
Good surprise. So we've got 66 on Monday with plenty of sunshine, then the 70s on Tuesday, and a stretch of days in the 80s starting on Wednesday. We're reaching the mid-80s on Thursday and Friday, and then on Saturday, a brief drop in the temperatures. We also have the next chance for a few spotty showers, and then as we head into next week, cooler with temperatures in the 60s and 70s, so pretty warm.
I like the 84 on Thursday. That looks awesome. And I mean, with so much going on today, the Orioles game is happening today as well, 62 degrees.
Perfect for that. Light winds, I think it should be a good one.
All right. Thanks for joining us here at Fox 45. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy Easter with your family.